Studio Ghibli has completely taken over my life in the past 2 weeks. I have fallen in love with these amazing, beautiful, artistic masterpieces that we call films. Studio Ghibli is truly on this mountain peak by themselves. So far, I have watched Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and Princess Mononoke. This past evening, I watched Ponyo. Ponyo is a story about the daughter of a sea god that basically ran away from home in desire of seeing the outside world. Away from home, she meets a human named Sasuke who kind of looks out for her, and they fall into this mysterious type of love. It's kind of funny seeing that Sasuke is a 5-year-old kid and Ponyo is a fish at the time. Ponyo then becomes a human, accidentally bringing an unbalance to the world that they must counteract. Sasuke must prove his love for Ponyo in order for the world to be saved. What I enjoyed about the movie the most was easily the style of animation. Studio Ghibli has perfected their animation style. It is so beautiful. The artisticness of it just makes me feel so calm and relaxed the entire time. This provides such an amazing movie experience that makes me just feel happy to be human and enjoying life. Something interesting about this film is that this was Studio Ghibli switching up their animation studio for the first time. This kind of gave a more realistic nature to the classic painting style animation that I had seen before. I really love this switch up as I thought that it added more depth to each character and helped me get a better idea of who they were and how the animation related to that. I also really enjoyed the music. I feel like Studio Ghibli is also really well known for how well they craft their musical pieces and add it to their animation. The way that they interject this powerful, peaceful music in the back of their amazing animation really reminds me of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, currently my favorite movie. I love that there was also such a high level of immersion in this fictitious world. Something that is really important when you're doing animation is to make the viewer feel like this could definitely happen or that they're transported to a different world or place. I feel like every Studio Ghibli film does an amazing job with this, and so I definitely loved it. Overall, the story was super wholesome. I mean, it is about a 5-year-old boy who just sees the world from such a positive angle, and it really reminds me of when I was younger and wanted to, help everyone that I ran into. As far as what could have been better, I feel like there were plot holes in this movie that left me really confused and wanting more. These plot holes range from small things such as a character's decision or to larger things such as why Sasuke's dad was even necessary in the entire movie. As far as the world building, I feel like it kinda wasn't explained that well since we were really just thrown into it and it was never taken a moment for us to sit back and really understand what was going on. And usually I'm fine with this, such in the world of Arcane and League of Legends, where, things that aren't meant to be explained aren't, and you're just meant to kind of feel them. But I feel that in this movie, those aspects of this magical realm weren't really explored, which left me confused and wanting to know more. I also feel like the overall flow of the movie wasn't as strong as previous Studio Ghibli films. Usually there's an A to B scenario where our main character has to go through some trial and tribulation, but in this movie, I felt like that trial and tribulation was kind of forced upon us. It didn't feel as realistic as Ashitaka in Princess Mononoke. In that movie, it was clear what happened. Ashitaka was injured, he had to go find the cure, and he had to go to this distant faraway land. In this story, it felt like they were kind of just adding things up here and there. And in fact, an online blog that I read said that the directors were experimenting more with this new style of animation rather than focusing on building a strong plot for the viewer to really understand. I feel like in this sense, the plot was too simple, but also too complicated and convoluted in that I really didn't understand what was going on. Story and plot, I'm giving a 5 out of 10. Characters acting, I'm giving a 7 out of 10. Cinematography, 10 out of 10. Soundtrack, 9 out of 10, and rewatchability, 8 out of 10. This amounts to a 78% on the verse meter. My next Studio Ghibli films that I want to watch are Grave of the Fireflies and Castle in the Sky. I've heard amazing things about both of these movies and I can't wait to dive into them. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, I will see you next time.